They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. To throw on second is Watson. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second down following the run. Throwing here, Dobbs. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
First and 10, Dobbs. A screen to Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to run them.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Watson. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Watson now to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They go play action here on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On second down, it's Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs.
Let's go! 38! Let's round!
Out of the gun, Dobbs. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Here we go! Let's go!
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And some space here. And now nothing but green ahead of him. They give him a gain of 38.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, receiver won in a big way.
On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here we go!
On second down, Dobbs. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Here we go.
Here's Dobbs to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's perfect.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Watson now on second down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Now it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Here we go.
Watson on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's got room. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the...
Let's go! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
And to give this time to the tailback. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. If they want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And he's got Miller. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A give to the fullback on the dive. And now running right through it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Well, that one's hard to believe. Not something you see every day. A very long run for the big guy.
Normally we see his counterpart, right? The scat back, the guy with the so-called speed. But we saw a little bit of everything there, didn't we? The big, powerful man with the football. He can also stretch it out a little bit in the open field.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now Dobbs. And that's complete to Jesse James. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play. Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. And this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer, handing the ball. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it. Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses. Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet. So far, and fun to watch. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere. Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage. Dobbs now on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage. Back to throw Dobbs. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. That hold coming from the left side of the line. Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him. After the penalty, it's Bell. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll make it a second down. Dobbs. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. The Steelers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Dobbs is throwing. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. On first down, Dobbs to throw. To connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Here's Dobbs to throw. James has got it. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
And the Steelers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Dobbs. And a quick throw here that's complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. To throw is Dobbs. Goes underneath for Bell. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing here, Dobbs. Throw left side, complete. It's Cole. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And that will extend their lead even further. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
And now out comes Houston. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On second down, here's Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Here we go.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Here we go.
The final shot before the break. Watson fighting through pressure. Now he'll escape to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the 10. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And the Steelers on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. They'll drop the throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. That's taken on the 25. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now readying for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Now a play fake here on first down. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll go again with Bell. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, Dobbs. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They'll try the right side with Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
On play action, it's Dobbs. His throw incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
49-yard punt. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the 3rd quarter in Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Come on, let's go!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Shift together here from the D-line. And now a carry here for their fullback. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Our eyes and attention are on the fullback. Big-time carry, big yardage. But how about the guys up front, the offensive line? A lot of people think they may have to block it differently for the fullback to get big yardage. They really don't. Because he's big, strong, and powerful, a lot of times he makes his own way. They may not have to block as hard.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Final minute now of the third quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson now to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Back now here on EA Sports. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Come on, let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 8-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. Fighting through. Steps away. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered on the first step in their comeback attempt.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he puts it through. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And his throw is incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing again is Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 23 yards on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Again, it's Bell. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down carry by Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Let's go.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Out of the gun, Dobbs. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's brought down after a good gain. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Back to throw. He'll buy some time, but he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And now running right through it. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A huge play there for Houston. And even 50 yards on the ground. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Flex round, flex round, flex round, flex round. Let's go.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. To throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They come out here in the I. They'll look to throw. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with time running out. And the Texans can take the lead with an extra point. And they have got the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.